Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be bringing you a tutorial about bombs on Assassin's Creed Revelations. So let's have fun with this, shall we? Alright, first thing first. This thing to my right is a bomb crafting table. This is where you make most of your bombs, and this is pretty much the only way to make your bombs unless you want to go out and buy them at a black marketer. So let's start with the crafting, shall we? Alright, so there are three different kinds of pouches for three different kinds of bombs: lethal, tactical, and diversionary. We'll start with the lethal pouch because I always start with lethal, and killing people is just my specialty. Alright, now throughout the different pouches there's only one thing that is different, and that is the effects, which are these three things on this one. We'll start with the shells and then the gunpowder, and then we'll do the effects as we go along. Alright, so the shells. Impact shells explode on impact. Pretty simple. If it hits something, it goes boom. Fuse shells, after 3 seconds it explodes, so you can bounce this off walls, bounce it off into people's laps, bounce it off people's heads if you want to be a jerk about it. And that's pretty much all it does. 3 seconds later, it explodes. Tripwires, they work like any sort of device that you'd place on the ground, wait for people to walk by and explode. So, you set it up, takes about 2 seconds to set up, and once you put it down, anybody can trigger it. A civilian, a guard, doesn't matter who it is, except for Ezio himself. He's the only person that will walk through these without setting them off. Sticky pouches are basically a type of grenade type that sticks to anything it touches. So once you throw it, or once you throw it down, it'll stick to whatever you're on. If you throw it against a wall, it'll stick to the wall. If you throw it on a guard, it'll stick to the guard. And after 5 seconds it explodes. So you stick it to a walking guard, he walks back to his friends, it explodes, and it kills everybody around them. That's it for your shell types. Next is the gunpowders, which don't vary very much. The Indian gunpowder explodes in a very small radius, the Arabic gunpowder explodes in a really medium radius, and the British gunpowder explodes in a very large radius. Now the effects differ by the type of pouch you're picking. So for lethal pouches you have shrapnel, datura powder, and coal dust. Shrapnel is basically a lethal explosive. You throw it, it explodes, it hits anybody in the blast radius and kills them instantly, or at least damages them. Datura powder is my personal favorite. You throw it, it explodes, and it poisons anybody within the target's radius and kills them. Doesn't matter who it is, it doesn't just damage them, it just poisons them, they're dead. Done. Coal dust makes a really loud sound that basically makes guards hold their head and will sometimes kill them, other times it will just make them, most of the time though, it'll make them hold their heads in pain, and it makes them just really easy to kill. So, tactical grenades, Modern Warfare 3 reference. They have the same shells and the same gunpowders. What's different are the effects: lamb's blood, caltrops, phosphorus, and skunk oil. Lamb's blood, it explodes and it covers your targets or enemies in blood, and it makes them think that they've gotten severely hurt, and they'll just kind of walk around dazed or whatever, and once they realize that they're not hurt, it'll wear off and they'll just go about their day. But it just makes them easier to kill within that certain period of time before it wears off. Caltrops, if you are running away from a group of guards and you happen upon a scaffolding thing or whatever, or you just don't want the guards to stop chasing you, you throw down one of these, they'll hop around on their foot, on one foot, going, "Ah, my foot, my foot, my foot, my fucking foot," and that's basically it. They'll stop chasing you until they get over it, and then they'll continue the chase, but by then you'll be long gone. Phosphorus is basically your smoke bomb. No explanations really that I should have to tell you. You throw it down, black flare smoke, you can kill anybody in the smoke easily. It's harder to see through though. Skunk oil, it is basically really useful for throwing at one target, covering them in skunk oil, and once it covers them in skunk oil, it's pretty easy to assassinate them, because all of the people and guards around it will avoid that person like it's the plague. Because, you know, skunks, they stink really bad. You wouldn't want to talk to anybody in skunk oil either. When you're done crafting a bomb, you push craft bomb to make them. I forgot to mention that, and add bombs to make more of the same exact type, same powder, same shell and everything. Diversionary bombs, the same shell, gunpowder, etc., etc. So bombs that are in the tactical pouch, diversionary pouch, distract everybody in a certain area under a certain set of conditions depending on the ingredient. Sulfur bombs, they are the cherry bombs. They will distract anybody with an earshot. The saltapatera, they are basically smoke signals, so anybody that sees them will be distracted and walk towards the smoke signal and just kind of stare at it for a few seconds before returning to their post. Pyrite coins work just like throwing money on the ground. For those that don't do that, or like me, it just makes a lot of civilians come running towards it and start grabbing at it. Sometimes they'll become hostile to guards, sometimes they won't. Depends on the situation, how many people there are, etc., etc., etc. If you want to test a bomb out, you push Y after you're done crafting it. I'm not going to do it with cherry bombs because I personally don't like them. I'll do it with the lethal bomb to show you something that's much more useful. So I push Y and it loads it up, and here's the guys. Now this is basically the setup that will show you every single time you do this. 2 roving guards, 1 stationary, and there's usually another stationary around with a gun, but I guess he's not spawning this time. So you push and hold Y, you're able to throw a bomb, throw it at that guy over there. It explodes on impact because it's an impact shell and it's had a pretty large radius. It seems to kill the much lesser protected guards pretty easily, but these guys, they're just kind of like, hey, not cool, dude. So you tap Y, and as you can see, it looked like it hurt Ezio, but it doesn't. So you can do this all day, whether it's a shrapnel bomb or a poison bomb. It doesn't hurt Ezio at all. It just kind of makes him do that. Caltrops, you don't have to worry about this happening. So the thunder bomb just makes it really easy to kill people. Sometimes it will kill them by itself, but most of the time it just makes it really easy to just one combo these guys. Ow. And if you ever want to exit, you just push start. If you kill all the guards, it'll reset the entire thing, so you can try it as many times as you like. You have infinite number of bombs in this mode. So try out different combinations, see what you guys like. And that's about it for crafting bombs. Now, the bombs will appear in your inventory. I can't show you because I'm inside this guy's house, so I'll show you once I get outside. Now, this guy is your best friend if you ever want to craft bombs. The shells, the gunpowders, and the effects are all in here, so it makes your life a hell of a lot easier. I don't think he'll have British gunpowder ever. Now, if you buy the ingredients and try to make them that way, it's really expensive. But if you sell it, you sell all the ingredients if you never use and all that. It makes a lot of money pretty quick. So here's all your ingredients, the effects, and all that special boot us. If you want to sell stuff that you don't use, go for it. I highly advise it because I do it all the time and it makes me a ton of money. There, just made $3 grand. So usually these paintings are lit up until you do all the missions, and these unlock the effects and all the ingredients for this guy that he sells. So if you want to do that, best way to do it. If you guys want to understand bombs better, because I can't explain anything for whatever reason, this little thing will explain the bomb types, which are these first four, and then they'll explain different kinds of bombs that I've used or shown you. This is just what they're called whenever you have a certain type of ingredient in it. I don't call them by this because it's just easier for me to say what I say. It's names I've gotten used to. Alright, so let's walk out of Patera's, and I'll show you what his house looks like on the map so you guys can recognize it. Alright, so let's go to the map real quick. And Patera's is found right next to the Grand Bazaar. It's this little weird shaped thing. And this is his icon for his door. Pyre Rays or whatever, I don't know how to spell his name, say his name, whatever. So if you want to craft and do all that, it's wonderful, go to this guy. He's the easiest and best crafting option throughout the entire game. The other crafting option to find is these white bombs. They're easy to find, they're scattered throughout the entire map. You can find them pretty much anywhere, everywhere. And the other is the black bomb, which are black market dealers. These don't work as a crafting table. They are sellers of bombs. They'll sell different kinds of bombs. Like this guy, he's a black market dealer. So you walk up to him, you buy stuff. Bombs are predefined. You can't choose how they work or anything. Each seller has a different kind of bomb. So this black market dealer has different stuff than the other guys across town. So you buy bombs as they are. The description will tell you exactly what kind of bomb they are. So fuse cherry bomb, it's a cherry bomb with a fuse shell on it. So 3 seconds it'll explode, make a loud sound, and the guards around it will be attracted. This works for pretty much anything, so just read the description, see if it's like you like. It's kind of expensive, so I choose to craft my own bombs. To get ingredients to craft bombs, you can either kill guards and loot their bodies. They'll usually give you ingredients. Sometimes they'll give you a full bomb. Treasure chests give you ingredients and bombs all the time. So treasure chests are your best bet for if you want specific ingredients or you just want to fill up on a lot of ingredients. Assassin's dens also have ingredients in them near the bomb crafting table, and when you open the bomb crafting table itself, it will give you 3 different kinds of ingredients with 3 of each ingredient, so you'll be able to make a full pouch of bombs. One last way to get bomb ingredients is every 20 minutes or so, after you've conquered a few cities in Mediterranean defense, they'll send over ingredients. So it's not really useful, but hey, it's an extra ingredient you can sell off to make some money, right? Alright, that's pretty much everything I have to show you guys, and this is WhiteFang34 signing out.